as Zier came out of the pocket.
There's a great movie as we watch the replay here. Here's Eric Zier. He's looking for double C. Where's Carl? See if he can knock the earpiece out one more time. Number 47 there, another guy who's a young player trying to make a football team, Andre Allen. He's a guy who has to do some big things, and Ray's got to like the fact that there he had containment, bringing up a 2nd down and 14 now from just outside the 25 for the Baltimore Ravens.
The containment was too late. Zier should have been contained in that pocket.
All right, Eric Zier in the shotgun on the give to Ernest Hunter. Up the middle, only going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and not even that. Will bring up a 3rd and long. Again, a time when the Eagles pass rushers can just cut loose and go after Eric Zier.
Well, that play right there, to me, it's almost a give-up play. You get in that situation, you're not going to get off a big play. The Eagle defense in those situations has been playing very well. What I'd like to see a team do in that situation, take the short drop, the short pass, try to pick up half of it. That was almost a giveaway play in that situation. You're still in 3rd and 13. This is a tough conversion. Defensive lineman, kick your heels back, get after number 10, Mr. Zier.
All right, Zier in the shotgun besides Ernest Hunter. He is standing as we look at the fact they've only converted 1 out of 10 so far. Zier under pressure. The Eagles flush him out. He's got some bloody room. He's up near the 30. He gets a block, but a nice tackle. Number 57, Mark Woodard, still in the game because Ray wants his linebackers who have to step up from special teamers to starters to do the job. That's what he did right there.
Boy, he did a tremendous job. He fought off first he went in his coverage, then fought off the block, then made the tackle. Did all 3 things. Mark Woodard, still here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter of the first preseason game. He's out there doing an incredible job. You'll see it right here. Zier sets in the pocket. He looks up the field. See number 57 right in the middle of your screen. He's lurking inside. Boom, I got this back. I got to cover him. I got him. Fights off the block. There's Zier. Makes a tackle. Get on the ground. Hunt.
That is very, very nice. And speaking of punting, there it is. Greg Montgomery gets it off from his own 25. Penalty flag down already. Freddie Solomon takes it to the 22. Evades 1 tackle. Back up over the 20 again and ends up about a yard further from where he caught the ball.
Critical
at the 23. But here we got yellow flags again, man.
Too many men on the field by the Eagles, and this is going to be close. It might fail. I think it's going to come up to 4th and 1. Danny's not going to be a happy camper with this one.
He has a major league wad working right now.
Man.
Again, if you're just joining us, the NFL on Fox, Danny Smith, our good buddy, the special teams coach, 150 pieces of gum. And you didn't see that right there. We're not going to let any lip reading become a part of this telecast, but he's justifiably mad with the fact that the special teams is not showing enough respect for the concentration. Back to pass. He's getting a lot of pressure, and he's going to be sacked. He gets out of it, showing good mobility, but there were just too many Baltimore Ravens, and eventually number 91, Elliott Fortune, have the good fortune to bring down him as far as the Ravens fans are concerned.
Don, the problem you're into in this situation is 3rd and 10. You've got to take a deep drop. You've got to give your receivers time to work up the field, and that means that defensive line can converge on the quarterback. They know it's not a quick drop or a quick set. You'll see it right here. They initially stop the thrust, but when the route's got to be run at 10 yards or more, it gives that defensive line time to recover, collapse the pocket, and put the pressure on the quarterback, as they did right there against Bobby Hoying.
Tommy Hutton gets it off from his 10-yard line. Jermaine Lewis back for the Ravens. Inside his 30, takes it right at the 25, up to the 30. He's going to get up to the 35, cuts back, 40, 45, 50. Tommy Hutton's the only guy who can get him, and he's not going to get him. Jermaine Lewis has got to go. And you talk about special teams problems that are going to drive Danny Smith and Ray Rhodes up the wall. Jermaine Lewis almost tried to do that Green Bay Packers deal, but Danny Smith is going to be ticked off.
Well, no question about it. But, you know, you got a game where you're in it at 10-9. You know, you got 2:08 left. You punt the ball. You got to stop and get the ball back, and you give up a big play on special teams. You just can't let it happen, Don.
That is not the kind of a play you want to end a preseason game with. Watch Jermaine Lewis here, Ronnie.
Well, Jermaine Lewis is speed, and more speed. And you get him in the open field, hey, Tommy Hutton has no chance. It's not Tommy Hutton's fault. It shouldn't have got down to Tommy Hutton. Tommy Hutton's been kicking the ball terrific all night. The coverage has not been good. And when we've had good coverage, we've had penalties.
Couple of great blocks. We saw Whit Marshall get moved out of the way there. Matt Stover in for the extra point. 2:08 to go in this football game, and the Ravens have now extended their lead. And Stover adds one more for the Baltimore Ravens. And right now it is a 17-9 football game. Of course, if you haven't been following the National Football League, they did put the two-point conversion in, so the Birds will get the ball back right after the 2-minute warning once the kickoff has been concluded, and then they're going to have a lot of yardage to make up depending on the return and about 2 minutes to do it. Now watch the block here on Whit Marshall. He just got creamed, and then downfield, a good block on Hutton there by number 44 for the Baltimore Ravens, Ricky Powers. good blocks, but the special teamers, did they get too jammed up for the Eagles?
Well, the cardinal rule on punt coverage is inside shoulder force. You've got to keep your blocker on the inside. What happened? If you saw him coming down there, the guys converging on the punt returner got to the outside. That can't happen. Inside shoulder force, collapsing inside. Do not let him outside. They let Lewis get to the outside, and you see what happened. You get a guy with that speed on the outside, he puts it in the end zone. Andre Coleman, remember a year ago against San Diego, did the same thing.
As we look at it after having seen Ray
Rhodes, these guys
Rhodes
converging down,
Smith.
have to have you got to be flying down that field. You got some guys taking the play off. You got to get down there and make a play. 2 minutes to go, the game's on the line. This is not the time to take a play off. But inside shoulder force is the key. Do not let him get to the outside. Let him get to the outside, and you put 7 points on the board. Don't
It'll
forget.
be Derek Witherspoon and Kevin Bowie deep for the Eagles, Ron.
Ray told us this morning, Bobby Hoying this week has done an outstanding job in the 2-minute drill. That's at practice. This is live. We'll see what happens.
And he'll have just about 2 minutes to go. Right now, 2:08 is Danny Smith in an animated conversation with a none-too-happy Ray Rhodes, trying to defend his special teamers here. But Ray, we saw him a couple of minutes ago. Great photography by our Fox Philadelphia crew. Shredder nailing it for us with the pictures. They are not happy on the sidelines with special teams right now. This is Witherspoon at the 10, after the 15, over the 20, 25, up to the 27, 28-yard line, and he's going to be brought down. So Bobby Hoying's going to have almost 75 yards to go if the Eagles are going to get a touchdown and a chance at a 2-point conversion. We are at the 2-minute warning. 1:56 on the clock. Eagles trail the Ravens 17-9. Come back and see the finish of what has been a very entertaining preseason game. The NFL on Fox. Carlson, Ron Jaworski, Carl Churkin back at Memorial Stadium. Very, very difficult opening month for the Eagles in the regular season. That's going to make Ray Rhodes even more concerned with the special teams problems tonight.
Well, special teams, Don, are on the field 25% of the time. 1/4 football game, you're involved with the kicking game. If tonight's an indication of the state of the special teams, it's not good.
All right, the Eagles will open up on Fox Labor Day Sunday at the Redskins, that game on Fox. Then they have to go to Green Bay for a Monday night game. The Lions, the team they shellacked in the playoffs, comes in. Then a tough trip to Atlanta before the Monday nighter with Dallas. They have got to get it together before that season regular schedule begins. All right, right now Bobby Hoying has 1:56 to work with. First down and 10, operating from his own 26-yard line. Hoying back to pass. Little swing out to Freddie McCrary. He's going to be up near the 30, and he's out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:49 to go. Fred McCrary's an interesting guy. We had a lot of fun with him last year off the field at the Philadelphia Zoo as part of Eagles Game Day Live, the award-winning show on Fox. But Fred McCrary is a guy that Ray really wants more consistency from.
Well, when you're in the backfield and on special teams, you've got to make plays. He's a hard-working guy, but he's not made enough big plays to help his football team. But he has the ability to do so, as we're seeing tonight.
3-yard pickup to the 29-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 7 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Bobby Hoying got dual backs behind him. Bowie and McCrary, teammates from Mississippi State. Hoying back to pass. He's going to be sacked all the way back at the 17-yard line. As the protection, again, remember, this is backup offensive lineman. Hoying taking the time out here with 1:43 to go. And number 99 for the Baltimore Ravens, Larry Williams, in on him. He also a Mississippi State guy, a teammate of McCrary's and Bowie's.
That was the coverage sack there. Bobby initially had enough time. You'll see him set in the pocket, bounce. Then here, all of a sudden, boom, the pocket collapses on him. At that point, when you feel that pressure, you've got to get rid of the football. Throw it away and bring up 3rd and 10, not 3rd and 17 or whatever it's going to be. That's a rookie mistake right there. The protection initially was good, but then it breaks down. You don't have, this is an Ohio State where you got all day to sit back there and say, I'll wait for someone to get open. That meter in your mind at 3 seconds goes off. You better get rid of the football or you're going to get pounded.
I hope the people at home can hear that, I'll say, darn Ravens sound effect here. I don't know if they can hear it. We can certainly hear it. It's in the tradition of
they can hear it, and they're probably going, what's wrong with my TV?
How weak is that? This franchise is first class in a lot of ways, but they got these Edgar Allan Poe squawking ravens over the PA, much like the Indiana Pacers of the NBA do with the Indy race cars. And I'll tell you, I hope the Ravens eliminate this by a fan vote. Do not worry that tomorrow night on Fox, you got something you have got to watch, a special hour-long America's Most Wanted. One of the inmates involved in the legendary escape from The Rock, Alcatraz, tells all on America's Most Wanted. Alcatraz, the escape, tomorrow night at 7. And you know where it's going to be, on Fox Philadelphia. All right, Bobby Hoying in a difficult situation here. 3rd down inside his own 20-yard line and 17 yards to go just to keep the drive alive with 1:29 left. Bobby Hoying, single back set, back to pass. Bowie releases. He's going to go down the field, and he's got a man again. That is Leo Burks, a free agent trying to make this team, and he makes the completion.
Absolutely
and he knew where the sticks were,
beautiful,
Ronnie.
Tolly. Absolutely beautiful. Here you are in a 3rd and 17 situation. You're a young quarterback. You got young wide receivers in there. You read the coverage. He goes to the single coverage guy. He reads that coverage. The toughest coverage to read in football, 3rd and 10 plus. He read it perfectly, delivered the deep out. Maybe the toughest throw in football. Put it right in the numbers, converted to 3rd and 17. Keeps the Eagles alive in this game, Don.
Leo Burks was a teammate of Jason Dunn's at Eastern Kentucky, and he's so far down the depth chart, he doesn't even have his name on his uniform, number 42. Minute 23 to go for Bobby Hoying to get it done on the rollout to the right. And again, he goes to that man. Leo Burks is making a name for himself, Ron. That's one of the things you love about the preseason. Every year, a kid this time without his name is making a name
beautiful.
for himself.
I'm going through all my papers here trying to figure out who this guy is. He's come up with 2 great plays right here. Watch this. This is the half roll right here. Get outside the pocket. A good call by Gruden once again. Look at Hoying throw that ball on the run. Sticks in there. This is close to going all the way, Tolly. He almost broke that tackle and took it up the sideline.
Very talented player. Leo Burks, you know he'll be around the rest of the preseason with moves like that. Now the Eagles are out to the 45-yard line. They got 55 to go. They have a shot at tying it up. Bobby Hoying back to pass. Gets good protection. Steps up in the pocket. He's breaking down a bit. He's going to have to give up the sack here as we get down near the 1-minute mark.
There we go. Now we're getting a little post-curricular activity here. It's taking a long time for some punches to be thrown. Usually preseason games. You'll see it right here. Bobby, get rid of the football. Get rid of the football. Make your read. Be definitive. Throw the football. That pocket's going to collapse on you.
Larry Williams, number 99, part of the pressure right there. But again, a lot of backup reserve linemen in the game right now. As you knew it would, the tempers are flaring, and you know this is a part of preseason football, and for no other reason as Kevin Bowie does a little slap chop on one of the Ravens there, number 24 for the Ravens, Donnie Brady. But I'll tell you, man, the referee's jumping in. Red Cashin's got it nailed. We're under a minute to go. Bobby Hoying back to pass. Over the middle, gets the ball out to number 41, Freddie McCrary. He's down around the 45, and the clock is rolling. Again, the Eagles have 1 timeout left, and they're going to use that timeout right now. So when we come back, it'll be 44 seconds to go. Eagles will have the ball within 45 yards of pay dirt. They need a touchdown and a 2-pointer to tie it up. Ron, I got to ask you, I'm sorry for interrupting.
This is not a situation, you know, you really want to throw the ball in here, but he's thinking first down, not use the timeout and get him back up line. But now you don't get the first down here with Fred, who's battling like heck to get the yard that's needed. You got to use your timeout. It's 4th and 1. You got to get a positive play, regroup, try to get the ball in the end zone.
Of course, as we look at Bobby Hoying, 9 of 14, 75 yards, an impressive young man wearing Ron Jaworski's all-time favorite number. He has done a nice job, but we can't emphasize enough. When you see Freddie McCrary make that catch, a lot of Eagles were held out of this game. One of them, Kevin Turner, as we look at Ray Rhodes, has a hamstring problem. That's a nagging injury. It's not related to his knee injury that really cost the Eagles a great player last year. He's going to be held out probably until that 3rd preseason game at New England.
Kevin Turner is an integral part of this offense. The fullback in the West Coast offense is critical as a receiver. Kevin Turner should catch 60 balls for this team if he can stay healthy.
Okay, the Eagles converted on 1 of their 2 4th-down conversions so far. Penalty flags are flying. The Ravens are officiating, saying it's going to be on the Philadelphia Eagles, and it is. We see one of the officials giving the illegal procedure penalty. Red Cashin with the call.
Number 67 on the offense. 5 yards, still 4th down.
That would be Chris Oltman, a backup offensive lineman, a rookie out of Kansas State. Not the way you want to get mentioned in a football game as we look at Ray Rhodes and Danny Smith. Again, a lack of discipline, not just on special teams, really aggravating Ray Bob.
And it surprised me, Don, because being out of camp the number of times we've been out there, it looked like they were in sync. Tonight, they are out of sync. Too many little mistakes that are hurting this football team.
All right, 17-9, 4th and 6. Bobby Hoying needs a first down to keep the drive going. Over the middle, and he's got the first down.
Coming
down
back
to the 40-yard line. And it was number 17, Freddie Solomon, who's done such a nice job. But guess what?
Holding. It's coming back.
Offsetting penalties. Red Cashin, a couple of flags there. It looks like we got a hold on the Philadelphia Eagles, and it looks like a face mask on the Baltimore Ravens. While we're sorting out the penalties, we want to give our thanks to the crew that made Fox Philadelphia put this all together in the best way possible. Steve Manager, Steve Killer Kaiser. Statistician statistician, that would be, of course. Rich Rigatoni for Shia, and Kevin Lorenz helping with stats. And graphics tonight from Howard Zerb and Paul Linguini Luongo. We got a crew here at Fox.
Hey, I had Linguini last night. That's where you picked that name.
Number 59 on the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
There was only one penalty. Good news for the Eagles. It was just the face mask. There was no hold.